Hey, it's Rick here, and iPad 2 has been out for a couple of days now. Came out this past Friday, and I'm shooting this on a Sunday. I was one of the many who lined up for this at the Apple store in my area, as you see in a couple of the pictures here from my iPhone 4 that I shot. And I was really lucky in that I was the second to last person to pick up the model I wanted, which is the 64 gigabyte Wi-Fi only in black. So very thankful for that. The box, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. There's a ton of videos that show you this already. Design or picture difference that separates the iPad 1 from the iPad 2 is they kind of do this picture along the side. It's a side profile. You can see the slimness of it. The iPad 1 box has it facing forward, so you see the full on screen. Doesn't say iPad 2 or anything on the side. Inside of the box itself, you're going to get this little packet that includes some stickers and a couple of pieces of information on the device. You get your charging cable to connect it to your computer, and you get your power adapter for the wall that you can also use if you need to charge it in the wall. So that is the box. If you guys are looking for more details on that, definitely check out some of the other good YouTube videos out there that exist. This is the device itself, and there are some design changes, as many of you are already aware of. Cameras is most notably the first thing, so you're going to see a camera right here on the front. It is not a high-definition camera, but it will allow you to do things like FaceTime and utilize the camera for other applications that might use it. You've got a high-definition 720p camera on the back. You've got your volume switch and then your screen orientation lock or your mute switch, depending on how you want to configure that. Your sleep-wake button. The microphone is moved to the center here. It used to be on the iPad 1 next to the headphone jack that you see here. And then you've got your dock right here. And again, your speaker grill, which is a little bit different in design than the iPad 1. And again, the 3G versions will have the antenna right up here for that. This is the Wi-Fi, so it doesn't have that. But real nice design. And when you compare it to the iPad 1, let me go ahead and just slide that in here real quickly. You can see the difference in thickness. So there's a little less weight, and it definitely is thinner than the original iPad 1. So that's quite nice indeed. So as I mentioned, this thing does have two cameras on it. Let me go ahead and just show you rather quickly here. And in future videos, I'll show you a little bit more. But here is the exterior facing camera that you can see. And kind of a nice panoramic view. You can obviously shoot in any orientation that you like for pictures or for videos. And then you can export those out in any way, shape, or form that you so desire. Here's your forward-facing camera. How's it going, guys? And same thing goes there. One of the really nice things about the iPad 2 as well is because of the added memory, it's able to store a lot of these web pages that you might browse into its cache, and it loads them a heck of a lot quicker. As you can see here, I'm going to page through in the cache here and pull up these web pages, and it is very fast when you're talking about switching, when you talk about loading pages, scrolling pages. You can see how quickly that is coming up, and it's just really fast overall. Makes a big difference when you're talking about browsing the web with multiple web browsers open. I haven't had any issues with crashing or any type of delay, and again, it's just a world of difference when you compare this to let's say the iPad 1. And right now I am on my Wi-Fi network, so you can kind of get an idea. I've got about a 25 megabit connection coming in for download speeds, so take that into consideration. But you can see how quickly this loads, and it does make a difference for web browsing. The GPU processor on this thing really makes a world of difference. And I gotta say, when you compare games like Infinity Blade on the iPad 1 here versus Infinity Blade on the iPad 2, first off, you can see how much quicker it loads. But then second, you're gonna see that there is a graphical difference here. And remember, I tapped on the iPad 1 first, so there is a difference in the loading times. And there is definitely a difference when the developer takes advantage of the hardware to actually, you know, make these graphics look a lot nicer here. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. And I don't know how much of this you're going to really be able to truly capture on this screen here. Let me go ahead and crank these lights down a little bit and see if that maybe helps. But you can kind of see, and I got to tell you, when you see it in person, it really is quite a difference in smoothness, in detail. So there is a big difference. And I will say for gaming, much, much, much improved. And again, as the developers of these games continue to improve on these games, they're only going to look better as they continue to use the hardware. So that's just a very quick example of what the games look like, and gives you a good idea of what to expect with the iPad 2. So then the last thing I want to show you here in this kind of quick video is the iPad Smart Cover. This is the polyurethane one. It's not leather. I did notice that the leather ones, while a little bit more expensive on the Apple website, they do say that some of the coloring may fade over time, so I decided to wait on that. Plus, I don't think this is an totally ideal solution. It doesn't really give you any level of protection except for your screen. But I will say this, for those of you worried about scratching, this should take care of it. On these areas here, all along here and here, there's a little bit of a cushion, so I presume that's to prevent scratching. Very easy to go on. It just magnetically attaches, as you heard that, and then it self-aligns itself. That's it. The nice thing, it will automatically wake it up when you lift it, and you don't have to swipe to unlock. And then you can just basically curl this thing up and use it as a stand for typing like this, or you can stand it up and watch like this. So it's not a bad solution. You know, I'll wait and see what else comes out. You can flip it around the back and hold it like this. So that's kind of nice. But I will say this about the iPad. I'm using extreme caution because this back will be prone to scratches. I'll tell you that right now. So you're going to want to figure out what you're going to do if you get one of these for the back, whether you'll get a case or whether you'll get some kind of a backing. I have on order a Jelliskin, and I'm going to get that hopefully within the next week here, and then I'll shoot another video and I'm going to show you what that looks like on here because it will work with the Smart Cover. And then I also have another case on order that's coming from Hard Candy Cases, and it's their convertible case that looks almost identical to the original Apple case for the iPad 1, and we'll see how that turns out. So just a couple of words of, I guess, caution when we're talking about cases and what you might want to consider to protect your iPad. So that's it for this real quick video. Again, if you're looking for something in real great detail, I encourage you to check out some of the other great YouTube channels out there. I don't want to do overkill on this. I'm happy to answer your questions in the comments field, so if you've got them, please let me know. I will be doing future videos on the iPad 2 with side-by-side comparisons to the iPad 1 as I spend more time with it. As I say, it makes a world of difference in games, especially the ones like Infinity Blade and Dead Space 2, where the developers have recoded those to take use of the iPad 2. It also makes a world of difference for web browsing because of the caching and the additional memory. So keep those things in mind. Now, what's my verdict? Again, I've spent a good couple of days with this since it's launched. I had the original iPad 1 since day one as well. Here's my verdict. I kind of categorize this in 3 different areas. Number 1, if you're a new user, you've never had a tablet before, you've been waiting, now's the time to jump in. There's no reason why you should wait. All these rumors of iPad 3, I'm going to be willing to bet that iPad 3 won't come out till 2012. I'll be really surprised if they release an iPad 3 or an iPad HD, as some people are calling, with a Retina display in 2011. That would just surprise me. But there's no reason to wait if you're a new user and you're looking to jump into the tablet market. It makes a heck of a lot of sense to do it now. If you're an iPad 1 user and you're a gamer, you're somebody who games a lot on this device, absolutely jump in now, because again, the graphics processor on this thing smokes. Take a look online now. There's benchmarks that have been made available, and you'll see the proof that this thing really kicks in the gaming department and other areas as well. So no reason why you shouldn't consider jumping in if you're an iPad 1 user and you're a gamer. And then finally, if you're an iPad 1 user and you're a casual user, I'd probably say wait. It's, you know, if you're a casual user, it means you're not gaming a whole lot on this thing. You maybe just check your email. You might just do some casual web surfing. Really, you're not going to notice a whole heck of a lot to warrant a brand new purchase price on this. And I would probably say in that scenario, wait for the iPad 3 in hopefully 2012 here. So that's my verdict. Again, I know it's quick. I know it's kind of a high-level overview, but there's a lot of good videos out there. I'm more than happy to answer your questions and comments should you've got them. And oh, by the way, I'm going to be getting some cases here very soon for the iPad 2, and I'll be showing them on my channel. But in the meantime, the solution that I am using to protect this thing, besides just this, because that just really covers your screen, and you've seen this in my other video, Hard Candy Case's bubble sleeve, this fits right in there. And this is how I'm storing my iPad 2 until I get another case. So that works really nice. And that is available at hardcandycases.com. So there you have it. iPad 2's out. It's available now if you can get your hands on one. If you guys got questions, comments, let me know. Otherwise, have fun.